You work for Balin.
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
Okay. Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
They're never ending though, or so. So it's the only thing we know. I've never been in the deep roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
What kind of stupid thinking is that? You get sent then down there? I mean, yeah, Mira doesn't really know yet about that. She's still convinced that that's not gonna happen to her, really. What are you looking for?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Okay, so that is a thing. Who else is in the deep roads?
Lord Harriman's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge.
Yeah, they probably want the paragon to sort this mess out. Can you tell me who's Branca, really?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the deep roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
Okay. What about you guys?
Just take a table. I'll be right with you.
This, my friend, is a pint.
They're everywhere! I can't take it!
What?
What? Get away! You'll change like the rest. Monsters hidden in all my friends.
What are you talking about?
They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow. See? I found copies. All from the same pen and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
Oh, wow.
Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
A plate of your best soup, and bring it well hot.
I hope they have a nug on the fire. I'm starving.
Good day to you.
Hey, you?
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
No, there are castes. Everybody just thinks that... Actually, everybody pretends that there aren't, but there are. They're not called with a name, but... You know me, word travels fast.
You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the Assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard there was a Grey Warden in town. No offense, but you kind of stand out.
I do. Your views on caste must be controversial in the Assembly.
Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I've always liked that one. You know, Most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent dashers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the casts are even necessary.
How does the caste system work, anyway?
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected dashers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
Ah, same-sex parent. Okay, so it's not only through female line. So you get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
I don't know how well you would thrive in equality. You know, you've always been privileged, so you will have to step down a bit to make space for the other people, you know. Who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Court in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
All right, then.
As you wish.
So you support change. Change is connected to Balin, but you don't really like Balin. Oh, good God.
And I'm off.
Oh, you're still here? Oh. Hello.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail. At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
You know anything about what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
So you're part of the Smith caste?
Aye, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fold and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face you're not a smith yourself.
Wasn't the Paragon Branca a smith?
That she was. The best to walk these tunnels since Carradine himself. Threw it away, chasing old dreams, though.
What do you mean Branca threw it all away?
Didn't last 6 months as a noble before she set into the deep roads looking for ancient secrets. Now she's dead in the tunnels. All that brilliance, wasted.
Who's Carradine?
The best smith who ever lived, bar none. He gave us the secret of forging golems that could walk, talk, and defend our borders. When we had them, no dwarf had to risk himself against the Darkspawn. It was a golden age for the smith caste. His work was lost centuries ago when his tide fell to the Darkspawn. No one even knows where it is anymore.
Jannar, do you have a daughter named Dagna?
Aye. Has she been bothering you? Gets a whiff of surface stink and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go.
I'd like to help her study with the mages.
Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
Yes.
I think the circle needs somebody like Dagna. Hey, you.
Hello, how can I... It's you! And it's been, well, quite a while. Enough time to get to the circle and back, I hope. Oh, please tell me what they said.
Your father doesn't want you going to the circle.
You talked to him? Of course he wants me to stay. He wants to sell me off to some pockmarked smith with a good dowry. He's never understood me, but I'm going anyway. I'll go right now. I'll do whatever it takes just to be there. Thank you for asking. That's more than anyone else has done for me.
Oh. Okay, she's going. She will indeed find the circle in ruins, but maybe she could help. And there's wind there, so... Well, that was easy. Do you want to talk a little bit, guys? Oh,
so
no.
This bird thing of yours.
I do not have a bird thing. I have an extremely justified rage of the flying vermin that plague this world.
But there are some birds that are useful. Like the ones you eat.
I approve of the ritual slaying of the foul beast, but it eats one? Disgusting.
Oh, they're really quite tasty. You just need to rip off the feathers first. I like the skin myself.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Ooh, golem vomit. This I have to see.
She doesn't eat, she doesn't vomit. We have finished your quest, man?
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
I got some nugs for you.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
Okay. Hey, you.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need patrols? Well, of course, for the Darkspawn. What I'm doing here is none of your business.
It'll be our business when we drag your corpse out. The Darkspawn have pulled back, but they are down there.
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
That's why I'm here. Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Mm-hmm. Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too.
Mm-hmm. Legion of the Dead.
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes, or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Oh. What about deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm, and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size. Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Actually...
Just can't get enough of our clammy mine air, can you? Did you need something?
I wanted to ask you about Branka.
What anyone knows? She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels.
Okay, well.
Alright, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Uh-huh. I suspect I will have to. Let's go to the noble quarters. Oh, do you want the nug?
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more out there.
Look down, oh my god, beautiful. Helmy?
Higher class midget lives here, I'll wager.
Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
I ended up not listening to Shale and not listening to her either because they were talking at the same time. Hey!
Is it true there's civil war on the surface too?
Yes, kind of. You're shiny. Really? What about you?
I hope the Assembly picks a king soon.
Yeah. Me too.
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. They have no orders while throne stands empty. Make Harrowmont your king now!
Okay.
Are you the Grey Warden they're talking about?
I suppose. Hello.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Balin.
Oh.
Good day, Grey Warden.
The Royal Palace. We are trying to find the Shaperate. Hey, you.
I can't believe House Harrowmont would overstep itself like this.
Is it true there's civil war on the surface, too?
Hey.
We are glad to have you here, Warden.
The Prince values your support, Warden.
The Prince. The Assembly.
I hear there's a war going on the surface.
Kind of. Hello.
You're wise to support the rightful king.
Yeah. Can you tell me which one it is? Is it Shaperate?
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories?
What?
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperate. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Alright.
I'm quite busy. Please do not disturb me.
Are you with that warrior girl who's always here?
That warrior girl? Who?
And I'm off.
Oh god, this thing is so nice. So many books.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Mira finds herself comfortable in this place.
Going.
The deep roads. In praise of the humble Nag. Politics. Dwarven Faith. Everything is interesting to read. Wall of Memories. It's from the Shaper's life. Yeah, it's very the codex. It's very interesting, but I'm certainly not gonna read it.
Yes.
Otherwise, this let's play will become infinite. Ah, the Gloves of Diligence. I think we have some piece of armor.
On my way.
Legion of the Dead. Okay, we're back in the Shaperate, and we're about to talk to this guy, the Shaper.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Shaper of Memories?
The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost ties. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Let's talk about Orzammar, Lord the Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
So, Mira has general knowledge about dwarves, but she has the chance to ask to dwarves firsthand about everything, apparently, unless they refuse to talk about something. So let's do everything. How did the caste system come to be?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
What about the casteless?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
It seems easy for you to dismiss them.
Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Tell me some of Orzammar history. Yeah, Mira is not... She doesn't really care about the casteless. She's not particularly surprised by how they're treated, and, this is dwarf business. She's not gonna meddle into that. Because, dwarves just want their own space. They are not stepping on her or anything. I think she regards them higher than the devilish, because at least, you know, they have their own system and they don't bother anybody else but themselves, and she's okay with that. What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
And that's what Branka was?
Branka is a paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
Well, that's useful. I can see that. I mean, Mira, of course, she sees the practicality of this, of the stone philosophy, and she appreciates it. Of course, she would never convert to the stone or something like that. She, of course, remains attached to the chantry, but that's because she was born in it, and this doesn't stop her from admiring this efficient system, really. Tell me some of Orzammar history.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caradon's tide is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Golems like this?
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else? I must tell the rest of the Shaperate about this discovery.
What is Kal Sharok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Okay, enough of this history.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
Yeah.
Please, speak your mind.
I think I'm gonna go for the time being.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
We'll see. So, I'm not gonna ask him about the chantry as of yet, because I think Mira really wants a chance at a representation from the chantry. Because you see, also, dwarves deal with lyrium, which is important for the chantry, for both Templars and mages, especially for Templars and more so for Templars. So Mira is she knows that. Let's go to the assembly then. Vartag. Maybe we should talk to him. Look at this lyrium. It has been framed like a portrait. I mean, not portrait, like a landscape or something, but it's actually real lyrium. But it's probably not very healthy for us to be in here.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
Tell me, who is Prince Balin?
Why, the rightful ruler of Orzammar. A title he would have greeted you under, had not subversive elements been plotting against him. He is King Endrin's only surviving son. There is no reason to seek any other to take the throne.
This treaty obliges Orzammar to send troops to the surface.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Is there some way I could interfere with that?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrowmont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
Can I talk to him?
You must understand, Harrowmont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
I've heard that King Endrin himself supported Harrowmont.
That hurts worst of all. That Harrowmont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
Well, of course, I am no spy.
Would you be willing to prove that? Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
Do you realize that I would be working for Balin really at this point, so I wouldn't be a disinterested stranger, right? What kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
That's stupid. A very stupid excuse. Isn't there someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
He'd hold a distant relative over his duty.
I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Balin's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it?
I have to think about this.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Oh, so the Shaper is connected to Harrowmont. Mira wants the Shaper to get her a chantry, so it is pretty clear where Mira allegiance would lie at this point. This guy has probably given her information that he wouldn't think would be so determinating for her. She didn't know who chose, but now something she has the interest in, oh, these carpets are so beautiful. These carpets, oh my god. Something she has...
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Yeah, we could observe. Yeah, something she's interested in getting lies in... I mean, if she helps Arrowmont out, maybe the Shaper would treat her with some kind of privilege, and that's about it. And that's a good plan, because as we know, Mira doesn't really... She cares about being in a good relationship with the dwarves because of Gideon, and because they are very independent and they don't really create problems for the surfaces, for the people who live in the surface. So I think she would go with that.